Welcome back. Today we have a pile of vintage toys that I want to just go through. These are things that I've had in my store and in my collection, or things I've just acquired that I want to get a look at on camera with you all. So let's start. I just pulled these out of a bag. I think I know what these are. These are Mark's late 50s, early 1960s plastic toy soldiers. Mark's made a lot of various ones. These were in play sets. Yeah, does that say Mark's? Yep. These look to be German. These were aimed at more, older children and collectors. I mean, you can see the detail. And I believe they became less popular in time due to, sensitivities about World War II. These are popular with collectors today. I have never found these out in the wild. I do find Mark's items. I have, Disney stuff and smaller toy soldiers, and I get a lot of the dinosaurs. Kind of like this, even though that's not a Mark's. I see these a lot in vintage and antique stores, but I've never found these. So I found these at a thrift store. It was like $3 for all these. These will end up in my eBay store. They look like they're, conditions, everything. They look a little bit beat up. But those are Mark's. Again, probably late 50s, early 60s. Collectors love those. And in particular, they love it when they have the plastic swirl. Sometimes they recycle old scraps of plastic in the vat. And the results are like a swirl in the plastic, which wasn't done on purpose. But it just looks cool. All right, what else we got? These things. Let me tell you something. Kids, they say kids don't, they don't work hard these days. Some kids had to work. Oh, wait, this is not an award. This is a birthday star. Never mind. I was going to be like, kids have to work hard for these things, these awards. No, this is a birthday star. Wow. So you went to someone's birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, and you got one of these. Oh, cool. I was just assuming this was like a prize. Because I went to Chuck E. Cheese as a kid in the 80s, and you would get your tickets from your, skee ball and games, and you would bring them up to the counter and pick out some prize. These are cool. These aren't 80s, though. These are newer. I'd say early 2000s. I believe Chuck E. Cheese items will become collectible in the future. I hope the place never closes, but, things change. This is unopened. Let's say that for a second. Let's look in here. Let me zoom in. This is a collection that I've just been acquiring of costume jewelry, I think. Except for this. This is real silver. I bought this in Shanghai, China. I don't know what it's doing in there. I just wanted a piece of silver to put on my hand, so I bought that. On the corner of Fuxinglu and Henchonglu, for those keeping score at home. This is probably another, when I was in Thailand, there's a ton of little shops that sell 925 silver and items just like that. That's cool. What is this? What is this? This is cool. Wow. It's got like a black onyx or some kind of stone. And there's some symbolism here. It's like an eagle and wheat. Interesting. I think I got this from a thrift store. So that's cool. It's kind of big. Let's see. All right, what else we got? That's kind of cool. Like different colored diamonds. I'm sure those aren't real. It'd be cool if they were. Let's see. All right. Wow, definitely a man's ring. And I got big fingers too. Last but not least, let's see, what is this? Oh yeah, this is cool. Look at that. It's got some kind of silhouette of a person. And there's a hidden compartment for secret magical potions. Look at that. It says art. I think it's a mid-20th century costume jewelry company, if I'm correct. Look at that. It's definitely beat up. It's missing some of those fa pearls. But what could you put in there? Leave me a comment. Look at that. So that's cool. I'm adorned with jewels and my vintage Timex. Look at that. This is vintage and it still works. I think I used to buy and sell these a lot, but I've kind of slowed down. 11/13, Monday. It is Monday. Let's see if this is the key right here. Does the Indiglow work? Oh hell yeah! Come on now, would you? Hell yeah! Doesn't take much to impress me, folks. But come on, that watch is probably 35 years old, and the Indiglow still works. Remember those commercials? Timex takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Well, I guess they weren't kidding. All right, so what else we got? Let me just move these things out of the way. Let's look in here. This is all new to me. I have no idea what awaits us. Let me zoom out. This is fresh from a thrift store. It's getting harder and harder to find, in my opinion, vintage toys at thrift stores. There's a lot more people reselling, and I don't know. I think thrift stores get savvy to some extent to what is worth money, but they can't catch everything. That's where I come in. All right, so this is, I love Godzilla. My favorite Godzilla is, my eyes drew a blank. It's a newer movie, Shin Godzilla. That's it. Where Godzilla evolves. I think four or five different changes in its form. Anyhow, this is cool. Godzilla is always collectible. Vintage, contemporary. Godzilla always sells, folks. Always. 2007. What I do, I mean, I like Godzilla. I have fond memories of watching Godzilla movies as a kid. I remember my dad bringing home the Godzilla from Chinatown in New York in the 80s for me and my brother. That was awesome. But Godzilla always sells. I sometimes I just will get these, and just kind of sock them away. They look cool on a shelf, but also the value goes up. I mean, we're not talking a ton, but the longer you have these things, the more they'll be worth. Godzilla he's always going to be around. He or she. I think it's a he. I don't know. 2007 Bandai. Yeah, there you go. That's like the classic Godzilla, right? Like the 50s or 60s one. So that's I'll probably hold on to that and then just sell it in 10 years if I'm still alive. Mechagodzilla, hell yeah! I remember seeing this movie on VHS. Me and my brother. Mechagodzilla. Kind of terrifying. This huge mechanical beast. What's on the feet? 2009. Toho Co. Bandai. 09. Cool. This is great. Man. Alright. What else we got? Turtle. Excuse me. This looks like a newer one. Buy and sell. Yeah, 2013. I buy and sell turtles. I have a big collection of them too. Oh wow, this is awesome. Terminator. Hell yeah. This was omnipresent. T1 and T2 in the late 80s, early 90s. And looking back, I mean, me and I was like, 8, 9, and we all, my friends and I loved this movie, and shotgun blasting and stuff. And then the toys came out, and a lot of catchphrases from the movie. It was everywhere. Arnold. I didn't have these toys, but they definitely have an allure, late 80s, early 90s allure. I think I have a few of these just from, let's see. Oh, there we go. Wow, the arm was in the bag. Check that out. I had I think it was Sega Genesis. My brother and I got the T2 game, and it had like this cool gun that came with the game, but it was hard as hell to play. But it had kind of cool graphics. So that's cool. All right. I don't know. I think the value... Oh, wow. I do have another piece. Wow. When does that happen? Usually that's it. I don't think these are worth a ton, but they are just cool. Iron Man. There you go. He made a comeback. Let's see. How old is this? Maybe it's not that old. Anytime you see that white text, you know it's not that old. Okay, dead giveaway really quick. 2021? Oh, wow. It's not old at all. It's got like that old school articulation. Huh. Interesting. China. It's a cool action figure. All right, we got another turtle wearing a helmet. What does this say? 2012, Viacom. So this guy is like 12, 13 years old. It's Punisher. It's a Bendham or a Bendy Punisher. What? Let's see. Wow, this is 20th century. The Punisher. Just Toys. I don't think. 19-something Marvel. I don't think this is like extremely old. He looks kind of sad. Kind of forlorn. I don't know. Not too imposing, Punisher. Maybe he's having a bad day. All right, moving along. Now, this, I did a kind of like a reveal last night on my channel, which got a pretty good response, in my opinion, as far as viewership. So these are things, this is kind of like an upper echelon of cheap plastic toys. These are ones closer to the inner sanctum of vintage classic solutions. So these are a little bit higher shelf plastic cheap toys. So I kind of know what's in here, but it's been a while, so it'll be like a nice refresher. So we'll see what we got. All right, so this is a King Kong toy made of solid plastic, and I believe this is special. And there was a Fay Ray, which is the woman that Kong, I guess, carries around. And she is obviously tiny. I think she's yellow. It's like a little Fay Ray, like a little plastic woman, as big as his hand, and it's kind of hard to believe that thing's missing. You would expect that to be right there after, 40 years. I believe there is a specific maker to this, and this is a collectible actually. I forget who, because there's no marker on it. I need to do a little bit of research to refresh my memory. Anyhow, that's pretty cool. If you find one of those, good job. This is a run-of-the-mill, made in China, Stegosaurus. He's made his way in there somehow. Monster in My Pocket. There you go. That obsession, like the mid-late 80s of miniatures, Muscle Men, Battle Beast, Micro Machines, things like that. I didn't have these as a kid, but as an adult, I do, and I'm pretty happy. These are much more bendable than like a plastic toy soldier. These are like a bendable PVC. I believe this is another one, two-headed beast. Monster in My Pocket, I believe. There's a date on there. This is cool. This is like an old school plastic soldier. You can just tell by the plastic. I can tell by feeling it, and I'm sure you can tell by looking at it. It's just, the early plastic. I'll pull this thing out again for, this is like, 50s. You can just tell early plastic. Plastic took over as the primary, material for toys, early mid 50s, and then took over, and it's still doing, it's still around. So you can tell this is early. I mean, by early, I mean 53-ish. All right, what else we got? Oh, these Native Americans. These are made in Italy, right? Yes, I bought these at a flea market a few years ago. I love the hand-painted detail. Come on, look at that. Someone in Italy lovingly did this. They're like, hold on. Someone's about to tell a story. Like, just wait, hold on. And they lovingly painted the Chiefs' headdress. Okay, now what's the story? Oh yeah, but you gotta focus, because look at this. The eyes, that's tiny. The face, this is gorgeous. It's got a little stand. I think there's a few more in there. Think about it, if you're a toy maker or you work in a factory, no matter where you live, you gotta do these little details. Your buddy's trying to tell you a story. These little eyes and the mouth. There's a human behind this. you know. This is maybe related to the Kong. I forget. There's a set of monsters. This is before my time. Dusty. All right, this is my Joe. I only had a few G.I. Joes back in the day because I was in the other toy lines, but I did have Dusty. And this is an original with, I think it's complete. This isn't my original one, but this is a, you know, vintage. It could be complete, I forget. But Dusty's awesome. He's also collectible. He's one of the more collectible Joes. Monster in my pocket. Is there a date? Yeah, there is, I think. Maybe not. In China. Very bendable. Yeah, I have a thing for plastic elephants. I like to collect plastic elephants. They're not really valuable. I don't know. It's just like a generic toy. I don't know. Something about it. This is cool. And I like how they choose to pose the elephants, you know, whoever designs these damn things. This is an earlier one. This could be 57, 58, I don't know. I like it though. Here's a cow. It's got some personality. Someone had to paint that. What else you got? No, I have more of these than I thought. Monster in my pockets. Definitely very Halloween-esque. That's cool. All right. Who's this? Another soldier. What does that say? I don't see a manufacturer. There's an M. That could be Marks. Oscar Mayer Wiener whistle. Let's see if it works. Barely. But there you go. This was a big deal at a certain point in time, folks. Now, I don't know. This is like a magnet, like a pom-pom magnet. A little chick. What is this? This is kind of old. This is old. This is a Triceratops, but look at this. There's no paint. This looks earlier to me. And by earlier, I mean, I don't know, 1959, 1960. It just has that feel of that older plastic and just kind of looks a little bit rough, you know, I don't know. This is from a set. I forget what set this is from. These are carrying something, I forget. Are these Marks? I think it could be Marks. I forget what these are from. It's from a set though. There's a farmer. This is made of rubber. Camera's trying to, made in the USA. I don't think it's Auburn though. Auburn made early rubber, like baseball players and soldiers and farmers, and they're kind of cool and they're collectible. All right, so I collect little pigs. I have a pig line bit that I do. Don't waste your time waiting in a pig line. And I just throw my little pigs in here. It's kind of fun to see how designers make their pigs. Who's this? Some kind of astronaut. This has to be, this is like 50s or 60s, maybe 70s. What else we got in here? A milkmaid. Who made that? I don't see. This is almost like from a train set, maybe. This pig's great. Look at that one. Bright pink. Wow, that's a nice pink. Let's see what else we got. There's a little monkey. It's like some kind of, I don't know, hound dog or something. I don't know, hound dog. A lab. I know what this goes. This goes to, there's like I sold one once. It's like a plastic stagecoach. And it had this guy, and I found this guy randomly, so I know what he goes to. So I put him in there for when I find that stagecoach missing the driver. All right, now here is this has got to be a Marks. This is what I'm talking about. This is that early plastic, like 50s, maybe early 60s. Tells you how long it is, 8 feet long. Some kind of prehistoric beast. Let's see, I can't read that. Anyhow, this, you can just kind of tell the texture. And the finish of that earlier plastic, it's different, and it feels a bit more waxy than, you know, like a contemporary cheap plastic toy. It feels waxy, and then usually these have a swirl from just having, you know, random plastics thrown in. This was a gift to me. This is made of metal. This is a person wearing a sombrero, like a blanket or something. I don't know what this is from, but this is like made of like a cast scrap iron. It's cute. I don't know what it's from though. It's cool. These, where did I get these? I think I found these at a thrift store. A bag of these miniature robotic beasts. There's like robotic snails. This is like a gorilla. I would have liked those when I was a kid. I'm not sure what they're called. There's a sheep. Very benevolent and friendly looking. What is this? I don't know what this is. This looks late 80s. I don't know. Some kind of clip. It has to go to a game or something. I don't know. Maybe you know. I think this goes to a game. It's got a ball in there to give it weight. It's going down a hill or something. A shoe. Another monkey. Look at that sow. Look at that one. That's a good one. This is like a run of the... Oh wait, does it have a swirl? Yeah, this kind of has a swirl. It's kind of hard to see, but there's some different colored plastics mixed in there. Another stagecoach driver. Oh, yeah, these... I was talking about these things the other day. These are, yeah, they're made in England, 71, detail. These are like a higher quality, cheap plastic toy. Here's the stagecoach robber or something. They made all kinds of these, you know, like knights on horses, knights in battle, soldiers, cowboys, and they were, from what I remember, they were sold individually. They'd be at, you know, in a gift store, on a shelf, or a toy store, and you could just pick out that one you wanted. All right, what else? Pigs. Pig. Orange Halloween ant. It's another astronaut. Getting to the end here, folks. Pig. It's a nice pig. Like a penny toy. More pigs. I think while I'm on the top, I think I have some of those Auburn, the earlier. Let's see. Yeah. This is what I have. I have a few of these. These I collect. Let me see what this says. I think it says Auburn. Yeah, Auburn rubber. So they made, and this is, I mean, substantially chunkier and chunkier than your, you know, look at your typical cheap contemporary plastic toy. It's bigger, you know what I mean? And it's solid rubber. It's got like a rubber smell to it, and it, you know, it's substantially bigger. They had sets of these, so you can find these things randomly. They're cool. The baseball players are probably the most collectible. They can command like $20 or $30 per figure, which is crazy. I don't have any of those. I wouldn't mind having a couple just for the heck of it. But yeah, that's the vintage. These are like, you know, 1950s. So that's it. I do have a lot more of these kind of small knickknacks and toys. These are fun to look through with you all because it's kind of it's the time for me to, you know, rediscover what I got. And sometimes you find, I'm sure collectors and dealers can relate. It's fun to rediscover, you know, what you got. Sometimes you find something you weren't even aware you had, either for reselling to make some money or just for your personal collection. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this, and there'll be more to come. So thanks for checking in, and have a good day.